Hi there, so I'm not going to waste your time with a fancy pants YouTube style intro. I figure you're just here to find out either how the Venice map looks on this or how you connect this to this. So let's talk about connecting the water rower to Holofit first. Now I've gone for the performance option of the water rower, which means that the pulley at the front has been upgraded to the Smart Row version. What does that mean? Well, instead of having a little monitor down here to look at all my metrics, etc., the pulley at the front connects to an app on my phone. So that is the first thing that I have to do. So if I pull on the handle to just fire up the pulley, I can see the little blue light, and then go to the settings. Look at that. The Smart Row is auto connect. I love an auto connect. It makes life so much simpler. But because we want to connect to the headset, we also need to broadcast out of this app. And that is under the broadcasting option, understandably. So if I go for the XR broadcast, that seems to work perfectly well. So that's what I'm going to do. XR, apply, and we're set. Now the thing about the connection from the phone to the headset is that this will only send data to the headset when it's running, which is all very good. But if I start a 2,000 meter row, within about 8 or 9 minutes, it will stop, and then it will stop sending data to the headset. So in order to get around that, I'm going to set a 45-minute row, and that's what we will row with, because I figure I'm not going to be rowing any longer than 45 minutes. And then what that means is that if I did do a 10-minute session and then I stopped and booted up another map, this is going to be constantly sending data to the headset. Now, if you want to upload individual rows, like say you did want to do a 2K row within the virtual Holofit software, then that's when you start programming in individual rows on this or on your Concept 2 or whatever. But this is just a catch-all. It means you don't forget to reset it, all that kind of stuff. Hopefully you understand what I'm on about. So I'm not going to hit start yet, but the water rower is connected to the app, and the app is broadcasting to the headset. So the next thing to do is to fire up Holofit. Here we go then. So Holofit. Now the first thing that happens once the app starts up is it wants to find out the horizon, get that all set. This is something that will come into play later as well. Here we go, select your profile. So John. And once we're in here, we have to make sure that our machine is connected. So fitness machines, Bluetooth machine, and there you go, Smart Row pops up. Click on that, and that's it, automatically connected. Now don't be confused by the little square and the arrow line going around it. The first time I connected to this, I thought that meant it was searching. That's just my little brain, okay? But because it says disconnect, you know it's connected. Just make sure we've got the rower selected. Strange rowing machine, but yet we're on rower anyway. So then back to home, explore, journey, because we're not going to do any kind of set thing here, and then here's a list of all the different maps that we could pick, but we're going to go for Venice. All right, so the entire Venice map is a 4.1 kilometer road. Now I'm not going to do the whole 4.1, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off at the very beginning in Rialto, and then I'll talk about the map and other things as we go through it. So I'll try and keep it nice and short. Then go for go, okay? Right, loading environment. Not get myself strapped in. And the last thing that I have to do before we can start is to actually hit start on my Smart Row app. So it's sitting there idle, waiting for me to start rowing. Right, then we'll land in the world. Okay, so a couple of things to talk about. So first off, let's just take a look around and see how gorgeous this is. We're out in the open water. I'm assuming that that's Venice right in front of us. But if I look straight ahead, what I'll find is that the machine is at a slight angle. So I need to reset the machine. However, the timer is already running, okay? So although I did a little look around and I wasted time, the timer's running. So if you imagine that we just got here onto the water and I was like, oh right, I'm at an angle and I have to look down, okay, and then go up to reset the horizon. And now my rower is right in front of me, but I've wasted the clock's already running, okay? So it's running for 20 seconds. So what I really wish is there was a way to have like a ready icon up here, like down here is exit. So it could be that just sitting like a little bit higher that says ready, that then starts the counter. That's my tip for Holofit. Now I didn't hit start on, there we go. So that should now be broadcasting data to Holofit. Let's find out. Normally it takes about 3 strokes for it to kind of all sync up. Let's see, there we go, you can see it. And then although it looks as though I'm doing 2:30, it'll gradually, the time will come down there as it just gets itself in sync. So there's a little bit of a hiccup in terms of data transfer here, but it's okay because it eventually settles down. There we go, right. So I am rowing at 205-ish pace on the water rower, and that is sending it to Holofit. Okay, so there's no kind of guesstimation going on. It is taking the metrics from the water rower. And let's have a quick look round on the Venice map before I start talking about other stuff. How good is this? What does that say? Star ducks. Very good. So, well, this is pretty. All looks nice, really well imagined. Lots of detail. Lots of stuff to look at, to be honest. Now, there's someone rowing. Look at that. He's rowing backwards. I'm not rowing backwards. Now there's eyeline tracker kind of in-game to this, where you pick up trophies by looking at things. But sometimes it can be a little bit awkward to work out what it wants or where exactly it wants you to be looking. But also it can be a little bit distracting. And I'm not entirely sure about kind of having a twist to your body to be looking at something while you're also putting in power from your legs at the same time. I mean, it probably won't cause you injury, but I guess you're looking around enough at the scenery anyway, so you are moving your head around. But anyway, so just to quickly return, you can see, there it goes, that's what I mean there. So by looking over there, I got the On Human Flight trophy, but I can't quite work out how I'm supposed to be looking at that. And you can see how far round I was looking. Oh, there's someone being chased by the police. Okay. There's lots of little in details here, isn't there? I wonder if you still see them as they turn the corner. You do. Now that's interesting, because a lot of other games developers may not have rendered the point when, there you go, there's another one, there we go, I caught him. Aggressive seagull. May not have rendered the point when someone rounded a corner, they would just have stopped. So that's really quite interesting that they continued to play that one out. So yeah, I'm not going to get distracted again. We're rowing forwards, okay? If you are a rowing purist, you will be horrified by this, okay? And on this map, there is no option to flip the boat round. Some of the other maps on Holofit, you can choose whether you want to row forwards or backwards, or at least certainly there's one that I've been on before where I was rowing backwards. But this one is set up forwards. I think partly so that you can see how incredible the map is as you row through it, but also for this kind of in-game trophy collecting as well. And you know what? In the end, I don't think actual rowers are really going to be using this system as a proper training regime. They may just do exactly the same that I do and just load it up for a little bit of fun. And so what does it matter if you're rowing forwards? The whole point here is, what's that? Left path. Oh, so I assume there's a choice up ahead, and I've just picked the left path for my choice. Let's see, so that'll be the, oh, I get it. So over there is the right path, and that's the left path. Very nice. Yeah, so I think anyone who's training for like the World Indoor Rowing Championships is not going to be loading up Holofit and rowing through Venice. So I get it. I'd much rather be rowing backwards, but I'm not going to throw my toys out the pram just because I'm rowing forwards. What does that say? Per Es Marco, San Marco. So it seems to be a bit of a time tunnel because it's suddenly evening and the sun's setting. But look at this. I mean, as the review for the map, this really is fantastic. Like I say, all of the Holofit maps are, what's happened here?
a man in his pants running, being chased by an old granny with a rolling pin. How's this going to end, I wonder? Just going to run around the corner like the other lot. Oh no, he's swimming. Oh. Oh no. Somebody throw him a life jacket. You can see there you go, so we're going over him. I wonder if he survived. I'm not going to look round to find out. But look at this. The buildings are beautifully rendered. Look at the light in the sky in front of us. So, I think, as far, what am I looking at? Is there something I should be looking at? What's that? Oh, why am I, what was that? Vaporetto, carpooling, now let's do a t-shirt. So you can see, even by the fact that it's distracting me from even talking to you, just how, as long as you can get into, well there's, she's still being, or he or she is still being chased by the police. Yeah, so as long as you can get into the groove of your stroke, then all this stuff, they're still going, yeah, look at that, see, continue the render. All this stuff is just a way to distract you and kind of make you forget that you're exercising. And that really does buddy up with what I was saying about how this isn't really for rowers. I think Holofit is just, it's aimed at the home fitness user. Someone who has a rowing machine and is rowing away at home, but kind of thinks staring at a PM5 on a Concept 2 or the monitor here on my water rower is just a bit dull. They don't really want to just sit there and watch Netflix or something. They still want some kind of a gamification where they feel like they're rowing. And the VR headset gives them just that with this software. It's an incredibly good looking app. It does exactly what I want it to. Sure, I'd love it if there was a race, but maybe there is. Like I said, we only went for explore. We didn't do racing or anything, so all we're doing is having a pootle through Venice. In fact, I'll take a look in a minute and see if there's a race option very quickly. But yeah, I think that covers how good looking the map is, to be honest. And then it comes down to what's it like to row with a VR headset on, which when I bought this a couple of years ago, it was purely to test out Holofit and to, what happened there? And to see what it was like to row with this visor on my face. And to be honest, you really don't notice it, whether it's to do with the balance of the Quest 2 headset itself or just that an extra couple of pounds on your head doesn't add that much mass when you come forwards or backwards. The worst part, to be honest, is that, what are we, say we're about 10 minutes in to the row here. My face is getting a little sweaty. I can feel the heat building up around my eyes. And I do use the silicone protector on the inside of the visor rather than the standard foam one. What's that? Submarine. The standard foam one that came with the headset, which makes it a little bit comfortable. It certainly makes it more comfortable to use right after me anyway. But I wouldn't really want to go too intense for too long from a heat point of view. And then finally, I suppose, while we're going through this, we can talk about the water rower connection to it, which was relatively painless, to be honest. Connect the water rower to Smart Row and then connect Holofit to smart row, and all is good. I'm gonna go left again. Have a game of chicken with this barge. And it connected. So the only real downside for the connection side of things, and it's the same with the Concept 2, is just that it's a one-way data stream. So data just gets sent from smart row to the headset. The headset doesn't control the smart row app or Concept 2's monitor in any way. So you just have to be mindful of that if you want to save specific rows, you have to reset your monitor to the new distance or time. The connection to Holofit should remain, but you just have to zero your monitor if you want a proper session upload. Oh, this is nice. Right, I figure this is a good time to stop. I'll quickly check what happens if I set up a competition, if it'll let me pick Venice. So, there we go. Whew. Where's my handle? Right, quite confusing to find my controllers, but I think I've got them. Exit. Yes, I can feel sweat running down my face, which is a little bit uncomfortable. Not too worried about it from what it's going to be like to the headset, because I'm not going to have it for too long. But okay, so we've got AI race, which is when I just row against other boats, or an online multi if there are other people. Let's see if anyone's around. I'm sure it'll be, whether it'll create AI ones or maybe it'll use Ghosts from the Past, because I'm sure some of these names I recognize. I didn't remember. All right, here we go. Where can I pick? So that's Saturn, Babylon, Tropical, Antarctica, or however you pronounce that. Where is that? Let's go Tropical, okay? Just pick that for this time being. It knows I'm rowing. 10 seconds to try and get other people in. So I'm sure because I was messing around, this must be either previous users' data or it's like computer generated real people, but it did have an AI option. Okay, so we'll probably have to do the recalibrate thing again. Let's find out. Let's hope it doesn't start instantly. Waiting for the prepare. All right, so I'm relatively straight. Prepare, 3. So if I did need to reset, it's not giving me enough time. Go. So I'm moving forwards again, which is disappointing. What's the distance? Oh, hello, hippo. But it does give you, oh, hang on, I'm going to get into a bun fight with the aerial here. Hang on, can't be beaten by 135, 132. Did I win? I won. Good. Now, that does, if nothing else, yeah, I wish the boat was a little straighter. You can see to the bottom. Look, here's me. Sorry, Ariel, I beat you. Oh, look at that. But yeah, if you look around, you can see just how nice this. I'm going to take my visor off and I'll continue talking. Yeah, so, got really, sweaty face now. Sorry if my hair looks ridiculous. But that proves, so I was just talking away, la 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 la, and then I saw Ariel was beating me, and then suddenly I got that kind of kick up my backside to try faster. So if nothing else, it's motivating from that point of view. Now I wouldn't want to do a really intense, like I say, like a half-hour time trial, just because of just how sweaty my face has got. But it just shows how good that was. But it didn't give me Venice as an option for racing, so it really was just like I'm sure I could just do like cardio training or whatever on Venice, but other than that, it's an explore. So yeah, there we go. So the map looks gorgeous. Water rower connects nicely, and it all is kind of all seamless. So it's a lot of fun to be rowing on it. It's not, I mean, I'm not complaining about the headset and the heat thing too much, but it definitely, I'd want to have a proper fan on me if I was doing this for any kind of longer duration. That's kind of really what it comes down to. So I'm going to stop here because it's probably already been a 17 minute video, and that's way too long to be honest. So thank you so much for watching this one. Do check out some of the other app reviews and technique videos and things I have here on this channel. And of course, do check out one of the hundreds of RowAlong videos I've got up here. This channel is based around
around the RowAlong workouts I've got here, where you basically sit down and you watch me rowing, you row along with me while I talk to you. So that's kind of my attempt to try and create something to keep you company during a row rather than it being this kind of VR thing. So there's many different ways to swing a cat. Am I crossing metaphors or something there? Anyway, so yeah, check out those videos. So until a future video, please let me know whether you enjoyed this one or not, but I will see you in another one. Take care, be well, row well, bye bye.